Back in the 1950s, long before the GTO or the Mustang ever hit the streets, Detroit's engineers were already cooking up pint-sized beasts with heavyweight power. These weren't your average Sunday cruisers. They were compact, aggressive, and shockingly fast. In this countdown, we're diving into the smallest American cars of the 1950s that packed the biggest punch. Number 30. 1950 Oldsmobile Rocket 88. The Oldsmobile Rocket 88 wasn't just a car. It was the spark that lit the fuse for Detroit's horsepower revolution. Born from the bold decision to combine Oldsmobile's lightweight A-body chassis with their brand-new high-compression V8, the result was a mid-size coupe that could outrun practically everything else on the road. The heart of this machine was a 303 cubic inch Rocket V8, a revolutionary engine with overhead valves, hemispherical combustion chambers, and compression ratios high enough to squeeze out up to 160 horsepower, mind-blowing for its time. What made the Rocket 88 truly ferocious wasn't just that power figure. It was what that engine was dropped into. Instead of a bloated luxury cruiser, the Rocket was slipped into the smaller, lighter 88 shell, giving it a power-to-weight ratio that no rival could touch in 1950. Weighing in around 3,600 pounds and mated to GM's smooth hydromatic transmission, it could sprint from 0 to 60 in under 13 seconds. A rocket indeed, when most family cars took 20. Its top speed pushed past 100 miles per hour, and its quarter-mile times were fast enough to earn it instant credibility with hot rodders, racers, and anyone hungry for performance in a post-war world. But the Rocket's legacy wasn't built just on straight-line numbers. It built its reputation on the racetrack. The car was a dominant force in early NASCAR stock car racing, winning 6 of 10 Grand National races in 1950 alone. It was dubbed King of NASCAR, and for good reason. It outlasted, outpowered, and outpaced the competition, using only what any customer could buy from a showroom. This wasn't a car for quiet Sunday drives to church. This was a snarling, torquey V8-powered brute with slick styling, a booming exhaust note, and the unmistakable confidence of a machine that could back up its attitude. It wasn't trying to be a sports car, yet it made performance personal for everyday Americans. Decades before the term muscle car would enter the lexicon, the Oldsmobile Rocket 88 had already lived it. This was the blueprint. Lightweight body, big motor, no apologies. Number 29. 1956 Packard Caribbean. By 1956, Packard was fighting for survival, but they didn't go quietly into the night. The Packard Caribbean, especially in its final iteration that year, was a dramatic farewell to the once prestigious Mark's golden era and a mechanical powerhouse cloaked in flamboyant fashion. Beneath its unmistakable tritone paint and luxury trimmings lay a beast of an engine. A 374 cubic inch V8, producing a thunderous 310 horsepower and a brutal 405 pound-feet of torque. That made it one of the most powerful American production cars of its day, beating even Cadillac's top offering in raw output. But the Caribbean wasn't just about brute strength. It was about refinement and innovation wrapped in raw muscle. Its massive engine was fed by dual 4-barrel carburetors and paired with Packard's twin Ultramatic transmission, delivering smooth shifts and surprisingly agile acceleration for such a large convertible. Despite weighing nearly 5,000 pounds, the Caribbean could rocket from 0 to 60 in under 10 seconds, quicker than many lighter competitors of the time. What truly set the 1956 Caribbean apart from its Detroit rivals was its revolutionary self-leveling torsion bar suspension. This system adjusted the car's ride height in real time, using electric motors to respond to weight distribution, giving the Packard not only luxury car smoothness, but also sports sedan composure in the corners. Combined with power steering and power brakes, the Caribbean delivered a shockingly modern driving experience that few expected from such an opulent cruiser. On the outside, the Caribbean made its presence known with chrome-laden flair, a unique hood scoop, wire wheels, and tail fins that sliced through the air with graceful menace. But beneath the glitz was a street-legal brute, capable of lighting up the rear tires with torque alone and devouring long stretches of highway with ease. It was expensive, exclusive, and built in tiny numbers. Just 539 were made in that final year. Yet, in an era when performance was usually found in stripped-down hot rods, the Packard Caribbean proved you could have drag strip brawn in a tuxedo. It wasn't just the last great Packard. It was one of the boldest American statements of speed and style in the 1950s. Number 28. 1954 Kaiser Manhattan Supercharged. In an era when big block V8s were just beginning to roar to life across Detroit, the 1954 Kaiser Manhattan took a completely different path to performance, with forced induction. This stylish sedan from a struggling independent automaker became the first American production car to come from the factory with a supercharger under the hood. And while its numbers might not sound earth-shaking today, in the mid-1950s, this car had all the makings of a street-legal underdog that could punch far above its weight. At its heart was a flathead six-cylinder Continental engine, displacing 226 cubic inches. On its own, this power plant made a modest 118 horsepower. But with the addition of a McCulloch centrifugal supercharger, output jumped to 140 horsepower, enough to push the mid-size Manhattan to a top speed of nearly 100 miles per hour, faster than many V8-powered rivals of the time. That boost transformed the Kaiser from a comfortable cruiser into a quick and responsive machine that could hold its own in stoplight showdowns. With a curb weight hovering around 3,400 pounds, the Manhattan's supercharged setup gave it a better-than-expected power-to-weight ratio. More importantly, it delivered that power smoothly and quickly, thanks to the linear characteristics of the blower and the car's efficient hydromatic transmission. While other brands bragged about V8 muscle, Kaiser quietly offered performance with innovation and did it in a wrapper that exuded jet-age flair. The Manhattan boasted slab-sided European-inspired lines, a wraparound windshield, and a high-quality interior with padded dashboards and safety-minded features rarely seen in its day. It looked futuristic and refined, but it could still light up the rear tires with a surprising snap when you floored the throttle. In many ways, the 1954 Manhattan was a muscle car in disguise, long before the term existed. It wasn't loud or brash, but it was clever and quick. And though it didn't win over the market, only a few thousand were sold, it laid the groundwork for future performance cars that dared to be different. Number 27. 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Birates. In the flamboyant world of 1950s American cars, the 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Birates stood atop the chrome mountain like a king in a crown of tail fins. It wasn't just a car. It was a symbol of excess, ambition, and audacity, boasting the most outrageous design cues of the decade and a drivetrain that could back up its flashy appearance with genuine power. Under that mile-long hood was Cadillac's most potent V8 of the era, a massive 390 cubic inch engine pumping out a stout 345 horsepower. Fueled by triple two-barrel Rochester carburetors and paired with a 4-speed hydromatic transmission, the Eldorado was no slow-moving boulevardier. Despite tipping the scales at over 5,000 pounds, the big caddy could surge from 0 to 60 in under 10 seconds, shocking for a convertible this large and luxurious. This massive land yacht delivered its performance with grace, too. Thanks to a 4-link rear suspension and Cadillac's advanced power steering and braking systems, the Eldorado offered remarkably composed road manners. Whether cruising down Route 66 or laying down rubber at a red light, the Birates felt poised, powerful, and endlessly confident. Of course, the show-stopping design helped it steal attention wherever it went. With its iconic bullet taillights, towering tail fins, acres of chrome, and wraparound windshield, the Eldorado Birates embodied the peak of jet-age design. The convertible top tucked away electrically, revealing a lavish cabin trimmed in leather and brushed aluminum, with power everything, from seats to antenna. But make no mistake, this was no soft cruiser. The Eldorado's massive torque and multi-carb V8 meant it could boil the rear tires with ease, all while enveloping you in luxury. It was a paradox on wheels, both brute and beauty. With fewer than 1,400 examples built that year, the 1959 Eldorado Birates remains a rare and outrageous example of American excess with the muscle to match. In a decade known for stylish sedans and the birth of performance, the Eldorado proved you could have power, presence, and prestige in one unforgettable package. Number 26. 1959 Pontiac Catalina. TriPower. In 1959, Pontiac wasn't just revamping its image, it was rewriting the rules of performance. The Catalina, often considered the entry-level full-size Pontiac, shocked enthusiasts by offering one of the most ferocious setups of the decade: the optional TriPower V8. This wasn't just a gimmick. TriPower referred to a trio of two-barrel Rochester carburetors that transformed the Catalina from a family cruiser into a tire-roasting rocket. At the heart of this beast was Pontiac's newly enlarged 389 cubic inch V8. In its top TriPower configuration, the engine cranked out a searing 315 horsepower and over 420 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to its relatively lightweight design for a full-size car, under 4,000 pounds, the Catalina delivered a power-to-weight ratio that could humble heavier luxury cruisers and even some pricier performance cars. 0 to 60 times fell in the high 7-second range, astonishing for such a big-bodied coupe in the late 1950s. Its real party trick, though, was the way those three carburetors delivered power. Under light throttle, only the center carb fed the engine, offering decent fuel economy. But stomp the gas, and the outer two carbs opened up like floodgates, unleashing a rush of torque that pinned you to your seat. The Catalina's newfound performance credibility was no accident. Under the guidance of engineer John DeLorean, Pontiac was aiming squarely at younger drivers looking for speed and style without Cadillac prices. With standard dual exhaust, available 4-speed manual, and a sportier suspension tune, the Catalina delivered more than straight-line thrills. It could handle, too. On the outside, the 1959 Catalina was pure Americana, sleek, wide, and muscular, with twin tail fins and bold chrome detailing. But beneath that flashy skin beat the heart of a street brawler. It may have looked like a Sunday driver, but it packed Monday night drag strip venom. In the decade before the term muscle car was even coined, the Pontiac Catalina TriPower proved that big performance didn't have to come from a sports car. It could come from a full-size sleeper with 3 carbs, lots of attitude, and Pontiac's bold new vision of performance. Number 25. 1959 Studebaker Lark V8. In an era dominated by oversized land yachts and flashy chrome, the 1959 Studebaker Lark V8 emerged as an unexpected street fighter. Designed as a compact alternative to bloated American sedans, the Lark was Studebaker's Hail Mary attempt to remain competitive in a rapidly shifting market. But what made this little underdog truly memorable was the decision to stuff it with a full-sized V8 engine, turning the lightweight Lark into a surprise powerhouse. At its core was a 259 cubic inch V8 borrowed from Studebaker's larger cars, producing 180 horsepower in stock form. That figure may not sound earth-shattering on paper, but in a car that weighed under 3,000 pounds, the power-to-weight ratio gave it serious punch. The Lark V8 could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 10 seconds, matching or beating many larger, more expensive vehicles of the time. What really set the Lark apart was its no-nonsense, sleeper attitude. It looked modest and unassuming, with clean lines, a simple 2-door or 4-door body, and modest chrome accents. But beneath that calm exterior lurked a car that could embarrass heavier sedans at the stoplight. Enthusiasts quickly realized that the Lark's lightweight build and torquey V8 made it a perfect canvas for tuning and modification. Studebaker even offered a performance package straight from the factory, including dual exhaust and a 4-barrel carburetor, which bumped horsepower close to 200. That meant even greater low-end torque and quicker acceleration, all while keeping the Lark's practical size and affordability. It wasn't just a fluke. The Lark was a sales hit for Studebaker, proving that there was a hungry market for compact cars with real performance. The combination of economy, size, and V8 muscle was a recipe few others had dared to explore. It foreshadowed the muscle car formula that would explode in the following decade. The 1959 Studebaker Lark V8 wasn't flashy, but it was ferocious where it counted. Small in stature, big in bite, it was proof that performance didn't need fins, flair, or a massive footprint. Number 24. 1958 Chrysler 300D. The Chrysler 300D was not just a luxury coupe, it was a pavement-scorching brute wrapped in high society sheet metal. As the fourth installment in the legendary Letter series, the 300D continued Chrysler's tradition of fusing elegance with extraordinary performance. Under its long hood roared one of the most potent engines of the decade, a 392 cubic inch firepower Hemi V8. This dual-quad Hemi was no joke, churning out a formidable 380 horsepower and a monstrous 450 pound-feet of torque. That made the 300D one of the fastest American production cars of the time, capable of rocketing from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just under 8 seconds, astounding for a vehicle tipping the scales at over 4,500 pounds. But it wasn't just brute force that made it special. It was how smoothly and effortlessly it delivered that performance. Chrysler equipped the 300D with the TorqueFlite 3-speed push-button automatic transmission, which was not only innovative but lightning quick for its era. The car also featured a heavy-duty suspension, upgraded brakes, and performance tires, allowing it to corner and stop with surprising confidence for such a massive grand tourer. On the open highway, it was a high-speed cruiser. On the drag strip, it was a full-size Predator. Visually, the 300D exuded authority. With its aggressive egg crate grille, massive tail fins, and a sweeping roofline, it looked every bit the part of a jet-age missile. Inside, the cabin was trimmed in leather and chrome, with bucket seats and a full complement of gauges, further reinforcing the idea that this was a gentleman's hot rod. Only 818 units were produced, making the 300D as rare as it was radical. For those who wanted speed, style, and exclusivity in one outrageous package, the Chrysler 300D delivered it all in spades. It was a luxury brawler, a heavyweight contender in a tuxedo. And even today, it remains one of the most awe-inspiring American performance machines of the 50s. Number 23. 1958 Mercury Montlair Super Marauder. The Mercury Montlair Super Marauder didn't just arrive, it thundered into the performance scene with historic firepower. This was the first American production car to officially claim a 400 horsepower rating straight from the factory. In a time when horsepower bragging rights defined showroom dominance, the Super Marauder stood tall, making no apologies for its raw muscle. At its heart was the revolutionary 430 cubic inch Super Marauder V8, fed by triple two-barrel carburetors, commonly called a TriPower setup. The result was an astonishing 400 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque, figures that placed the Montlair in a league of its own. Despite being a large luxury coupe weighing well over 4,400 pounds, the car could still surge from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 8 seconds. The Montlair Super Marauder wasn't just a one-trick pony. It blended brute force with high-end features and a commanding visual presence. It wore Mercury's signature dream car design styling, with sweeping fins, bold chrome accents, quad headlights, and an elaborate grille that projected both menace and grandeur. Inside, it was plush and spacious, featuring high-grade fabrics, full instrumentation, and touches of luxury that belied its performance intentions. Yet, under all the glitz, this was a street-legal weapon. Its beefed-up suspension and driveline components were engineered to handle the immense output of its V8, giving drivers not just straight-line speed, but control and durability. The heavy-duty components were a must. This beast wasn't built for gentle cruising, it was built to dominate. Mercury only offered the Super Marauder package for one model year, making it one of the rarest and most fascinating performance cars of the 50s. It predated the muscle car era by several years, yet carried all the hallmarks: big displacement, aggressive tuning, and serious street credibility. The 1958 Mercury Montlair Super Marauder was more than just fast, it was a statement. It proved that even in an age of fins and flamboyance, Detroit still knew how to build a brute. Number 22. 1958 Chevrolet Delray 348. The Chevrolet Delray 348 was Chevrolet's unassuming street fighter, plain on the outside but brutal where it mattered most. While the Delray was technically a bottom-rung model in Chevy's full-size lineup, it could be ordered with the all-new W Series turbo-thrust V8, the first big-block engine ever offered by Chevrolet. That engine displaced 348 cubic inches and, when equipped with triple two-barrel carburetors, cranked out a solid 280 horsepower. But raw numbers didn't tell the whole story. The Delray's true advantage lay in its stripped-down weight and no-frills construction. Without the burden of heavy chrome trim, plush interior materials, or excessive sound insulation, it was several hundred pounds lighter than its Bel Air and Impala siblings. That gave the Delray a noticeably better power-to-weight ratio, allowing it to accelerate harder and handle better. Chevrolet's turbo-thrust 348 wasn't just about horsepower. It delivered impressive low-end torque that made the Delray a tire-roasting monster off the line. Paired with a floor-shifted 3-speed manual or the optional close-ratio 4-speed, this sleeper sedan could hold its own at the drag strip. Few would expect such performance from what looked like a modest deliveryman's car. The 1958 Delray also featured upgraded suspension geometry compared to prior years, with coil springs all around, giving it a relatively composed ride and decent handling for its size. Drum brakes at all four corners did the job, barely, but added to the car's raw mechanical feel. The model's unadorned design gave it an almost sinister presence when coupled with steel wheels, dog-dish hubcaps, and the deep rumble of that big block V8. It was the kind of car street racers loved: cheap, fast, and easy to wrench on. While most buyers opted for flashier Impalas, those in the know recognized the Delray 348 as the real sleeper. In the final year before the muscle car era dawned, the 1958 Chevrolet Delray 348 proved you didn't need fins or flash to be fast, you just needed the right engine and the right body. Number 21. 1958 Packard Hawk. The Packard Hawk was one of the last gasps of a once great American marque, and it went out with a surprising roar. Built during the final year of Packard's existence, the Hawk was essentially a rebadged Studebaker Golden Hawk 400, but that didn't mean it lacked muscle or identity. In fact, it was among the fastest and most powerful American cars of its time and one of the most radical looking. Under the hood was a Studebaker-built 375 cubic inch V8, but it wasn't naturally aspirated. Thanks to a belt-driven McCulloch supercharger, the engine delivered an impressive 315 horsepower and a thumping 435 pound-feet of torque. This potent setup launched the Hawk from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 7 seconds, a serious figure for a car in the late 1950s. While most Packards of the era were thought of as soft luxury cruisers, the Hawk flipped that notion on its head. It had a relatively short wheelbase and weighed just over 3,700 pounds, giving it a power-to-weight ratio that embarrassed many larger competitors. The low, wide stance and rear-wheel drive layout made for surprisingly balanced handling, while the supercharged torque turned highway, passing into a thrill ride. Visually, the 1958 Packard Hawk was controversial and aggressive, with a fiberglass nose cone, wide-mouth grille, and bold tail fins. The sloped decklid, faux spare tire hump, and heavy use of chrome made it look more European GT than traditional Detroit iron. Inside, it was outfitted with leather upholstery, a machine-turned dash, and full instrumentation, signaling that this was a gentleman's hot rod. Only around 580 Hawks were ever built, making them rare and often misunderstood. But for those who drove one, there was no mistaking its performance pedigree and bold personality. The 1958 Packard Hawk may have marked the end of an era, but it did so with supercharged speed, head-turning style, and a punch far bigger than its fading brand. Number 20. 1957 Chrysler 300C. The Chrysler 300C was a defining moment in American performance history, a powerful, luxurious brute that carried the letter series legacy to new heights. Building on the successes of its predecessors, the 300C pushed the envelope with a massive 392 cubic inch firepower Hemi V8 engine. Rated at an impressive 375 horsepower, or up to 390 with an optional limited-run fuel injection system, the 300C was the most potent production car of its time. This raw power translated into astonishing performance for a car weighing nearly 4,700 pounds. The 300C could rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 8 seconds, a benchmark speed that put it in the company of European sports cars while maintaining American grandeur. Its top speed exceeded 130 miles per hour, a remarkable feat for a full-size coupe in the late 1950s. Underneath its aggressive jet-inspired styling was a chassis designed for serious handling and control. The 300C featured heavy-duty suspension components, wider tires, and upgraded brakes to harness its impressive output. Power steering and power brakes came standard, ensuring the driver could manage the car's formidable muscle with precision. Visually, the 1957 300C was a masterpiece of jet-age design, flaunting towering tail fins, a bold egg crate grille, and a long, low-slung profile that commanded attention. The interior was equally luxurious, with leather upholstery, power accessories, and a full array of gauges emphasizing its performance pedigree. The 300C wasn't just a showroom star, it was a dominant force on the racetrack. Its homologation for NASCAR competition helped Chrysler secure numerous victories, cementing the car's reputation as a genuine muscle car before the term was even coined. Only 1,257 units were produced, making the 300C a rare and highly sought-after icon today. In sum, the 1957 Chrysler 300C blended luxury, style, and some of the fiercest performance America had seen. It was a street-legal monster that roared louder and hit harder than nearly any rival, earning its place as a true legend of the 50s. Number 19. 1957 Dodge Coronet D501. The 1957 Dodge Coronet D501 was a rare and ferocious muscle car that embodied the raw power and racing spirit of the late 50s. Introduced as a high-performance variant of the standard Coronet, the D501 was created primarily to homologate Dodge's racing ambitions, particularly in NASCAR's stock car scene. Under its hood rumbled Chrysler's legendary 354 cubic inch Hemi V8, borrowed from the vaunted 300B, but with a serious performance boost thanks to dual 4-barrel carburetors. Officially rated at 340 horsepower, the D501 was one of the quickest and most powerful Dodges of its era. Despite its relatively large size and weight, the D501 was lightened and stiffened for competition, featuring upgraded suspension components and heavy-duty brakes. The street-legal coupe had a commanding presence, blending the aggressive jet-age design language of late 50s Dodge models with functional performance parts. Only around 56 D501s were built, making it one of the rarest muscle cars of the decade and a coveted collector's piece today. Performance-wise, the D501 was a beast off the line, capable of launching to 60 miles per hour in the high 7-second range, impressive for a full-size car of its day. The dual quads opened up to deliver a flood of torque, which, combined with the Hemi's efficient combustion chambers, gave the car an edge in both acceleration and top-end speed. It was quick enough to dominate the drag strip and tough enough to endure the rigors of NASCAR racing, where Dodge sought to prove its mettle against the likes of Ford and Chevrolet. Inside, the D501 was more utilitarian than luxurious, focusing on performance essentials rather than comfort. Its stripped-down interior and limited options reflected its competition focus, but it retained enough creature comforts to remain a street-legal muscle machine. The 1957 Dodge Coronet D501 was a fierce, no-compromise muscle car that lived up to its reputation as a street-legal race winner. Though few were made, its impact on performance car history resonates as a symbol of Chrysler's Hemi dominance and Dodge's fighting spirit during the golden age of American muscle. Number 18. 1957 Ford Custom F-Code. The 1957 Ford Custom F-Code was a street-legal powerhouse that perfectly captured Ford's muscle-bound ambitions in the late 50s. Built primarily as a homologation special to dominate NASCAR and other stock car racing circuits, the F-Code package transformed the already light and nimble Custom 300 into a tire-shredding rocket. At its heart was the legendary supercharged 312 cubic inch V8, famously known as the F-Code engine, which produced a solid 300 horsepower straight from the factory. This engine wasn't your average power plant. It was equipped with a Roots-type centrifugal supercharger that fed the V8 with pressurized air, dramatically boosting torque and horsepower across the rev range. Paired with a heavy-duty 3-speed manual transmission, the F-Code Ford could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 8 seconds. Astonishing performance for a full-size car in 1957. The Ford Custom 300 Coupe, often dubbed the Phase 1 car, was stripped of any unnecessary trim and luxury features to save weight. Its black and white paint scheme made it stand out as a serious contender on both the streets and the racetrack. This minimalist approach also contributed to its nimble handling, a rare trait for a full-size muscle car of its era. The F-Code suspension was beefed up with heavy-duty springs and shocks, while larger drum brakes provided the stopping power needed to control its blistering speed. Ford engineers also reinforced the frame and driveline to cope with the intense power and racing stresses. This race-ready engineering made the F-Code a dominant force in NASCAR, where it battled fiercely against Chevrolet and Chrysler machines. Only a few hundred F-Code Custom 300s were built, making them rare and highly collectible today. Though the supercharged V8 was short-lived due to production costs, the 1957 Ford Custom F-Code remains an iconic example of early American muscle, combining raw power, racing heritage, and lightweight agility in one unforgettable package. It was proof that Ford could build a full-size car with the heart of a thoroughbred racer. Number 17. 1957 AMC Ramler Rebel. The 1957 AMC Ramler Rebel was a groundbreaking car that quietly changed the muscle car landscape long before the term was popularized. It was one of the first American sedans to come equipped with a big V8 engine in a relatively compact and lightweight body, delivering a blend of practicality and punch that few competitors could match. AMC, then still a newcomer in the automotive world, sought to prove that performance didn't have to come at the expense of everyday usability. Under the hood, the Rebel sported a robust 327 cubic inch V8, capable of producing 255 horsepower in its standard form. However, AMC also offered an optional Bendix fuel injection system that pushed power output up to an impressive 288 horsepower, an extraordinary figure for a mid-size car of the era. This potent engine, combined with the Rambler's light curb weight of just under 3,000 pounds, gave the Rebel a standout power-to-weight ratio. Performance-wise, the Rambler Rebel could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 7 seconds, a time that rivaled many more expensive sports cars. This was no mere commuter. It had the torque and acceleration to light up tires and challenge the muscle car stalwarts coming out of Detroit. With a 3-speed manual transmission standard and a 4-speed manual or automatic optional, drivers had flexible choices, tailored to spirited driving or comfortable cruising. Stylistically, the Rebel didn't scream muscle car with flashy fins or aggressive stripes. Instead, it presented a modest, clean-cut design that masked its true capabilities, a true sleeper. The spacious interior accommodated families comfortably, making the Rebel as practical on the daily commute as it was fierce on the strip. The 1957 AMC Ramler Rebel was a pioneer, blazing a trail for compact muscle cars and showing the industry that power and size didn't have to go hand in hand. Its combination of lightweight design, potent V8 power, and everyday usability made it a forgotten but essential chapter in American muscle car history. Number 16. 1957 Oldsmobile Super8J2. The 1957 Oldsmobile Super8J2 was a true powerhouse that bridged the gap between luxury and raw muscle during an era when high-performance options were just starting to gain traction. It was a special performance package built on Oldsmobile's popular Super8, offering a serious boost in both horsepower and torque for drivers seeking more excitement without sacrificing comfort. At the heart of the J2 was a massive 371 cubic inch Rocket V8, equipped with a rare and potent TriPower carburetor setup. This TriPower system featured three 2-barrel carburetors working in concert to deliver a robust 300 horsepower and an impressive 415 pound-feet of torque. Such torque was substantial enough to light up the tires and launch the Super8 off the line with authority, making it one of the quickest and most capable full-size cars of 1957. The J2's acceleration numbers placed it well ahead of many competitors, with 0 to 60 miles per hour times dipping into the low 8s. What made the J2 especially formidable was its balance of size and power. Built on the mid-size Olds 88 platform, the car weighed less than the full-size luxury sedans, but still offered ample interior space and comfort. This lighter frame, combined with the high-output Rocket V8, gave the J2 a remarkable power-to-weight ratio for the time. Oldsmobile equipped the Super8J2 with heavy-duty suspension components and improved brakes, enhancing its handling and stopping power to match its newfound speed. Its distinctive styling included bold chrome trim, signature split grille, and sporty accents that hinted at its performance intentions. Inside, it maintained Oldsmobile's reputation for a comfortable and well-appointed cabin. The 1957 Oldsmobile Super8J2 also earned notoriety on the racetrack. NASCAR officials famously banned the tri-carb setup because it gave the car an unfair advantage, underscoring just how serious a contender the J2 was in stock car racing. Today, the J2 remains a symbol of Oldsmobile's early muscle car legacy, a perfect blend of power, refinement, and racing pedigree in the heart of the 50s muscle revolution. Number 15. 1957 Pontiac Bonavville. The 1957 Pontiac Bonavville was a limited edition performance flagship that combined luxury with some of the most advanced engine technology of its time. Originally conceived as a high-performance convertible for the 1956 Motorama show, the Bonaville quickly evolved into a production reality, offering enthusiasts a rare blend of style and speed. Only 630 of these sleek convertibles were built for 1957, making them one of the most exclusive Pontiacs ever produced. Underneath its beautifully sculpted fiberglass bodywork sat Pontiac's all-new 347 cubic inch V8, equipped with a revolutionary Rochester mechanical fuel injection system. This TriPower fuel-injected engine produced an impressive 315 horsepower, a significant leap over the carbureted variants of the time. The torque and power delivery were smooth yet aggressive, allowing the Bonaville to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in the mid-8-second range, a notable achievement for a large luxury convertible in the late 1950s. The 1957 Bonaville wasn't just about straight-line speed. Pontiac equipped it with a sophisticated suspension system featuring coil springs all around, helping the car maintain composure on winding roads and delivering a comfortable yet spirited driving experience. The wide low stance and aerodynamic styling also contributed to its high-speed stability and impressive road manners. Visually, the Bonavville was unmistakable with its chrome-laden grille, sweeping tail fins, and luxurious interior appointments. Inside, the convertible featured plush upholstery, power accessories, and a comprehensive instrument panel that emphasized its performance credentials. It was designed to offer both a thrilling driving experience and a comfortable ride for long cruises. The 1957 Pontiac Bonavville set the stage for Pontiac's future focus on performance, paving the way for the brand's muscle car dominance in the decades to come. Its blend of exclusivity, innovative fuel injection, and raw power made it a standout in the late 50s American car scene, earning it a revered place in automotive history. Number 14. 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air Fule. The 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air Fule was a groundbreaking performance car that put Chevrolet on the map as a serious contender in the muscle car arena. While the Bel Air was already an iconic model in the Chevy lineup, the introduction of the fuel-injected 283 cubic-inch small-block V8 transformed it from a stylish cruiser into a genuine street and strip performer. This Rochester mechanical fuel injection system, nicknamed Fule, produced 283 horsepower, an impressive output for the era and the highest horsepower rating available from Chevrolet in 1957. The Fule Bel Air was not only about raw power, it was remarkably light, tipping the scales at just under 3,000 pounds in its two-door sport coupe form. This combination of a lightweight chassis and a high-revving, fuel-injected engine gave the Bel Air outstanding power-to-weight ratio, enabling it to accelerate hard and run quarter-mile times in the mid-16-second range. It was a car that could outpace many heavier and more expensive muscle cars, proving that innovative technology and smart engineering could produce serious speed. Chevrolet paired the Fule engine with a 4-speed manual transmission, which was rare and desirable in an era when automatics were becoming more common. This setup gave drivers precise control and quick shifts, enhancing the car's aggressive character. For those who preferred automatic, a power glide option was also available, though purists favored the stick shift for maximum performance. Styling-wise, the 1957 Bel Air was already a showstopper with its tail fins, chrome accents, and bold grille. The Fule package didn't alter the car's iconic looks, making it a sleeper of sorts, a high-performance machine masked by familiar, classic Chevrolet style. Inside, it offered comfortable seating and a driver-focused dash with full instrumentation to monitor the engine's advanced fuel injection system. The 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air Fule remains a milestone in American automotive history, representing one of the earliest successful applications of fuel injection in a production car. It was a true street-legal racer that combined cutting-edge technology with Chevrolet's solid reputation for performance and style in the 50s. Number 13. 1956 DeSoto Adventurer. The 1956 DeSoto Adventurer was a bold and ambitious performance flagship that showcased Chrysler's commitment to power and style in the mid-50s. Introduced as a limited edition high-performance hardtop coupe, the Adventurer combined eye-catching design with muscle under the hood, making it one of the most exciting cars of 1956. At its core was a mighty 341 cubic-inch firepower Hemi V8 engine, equipped with dual 4-barrel carburetors, which produced a formidable 320 horsepower. This potent power plant gave the Adventurer an impressive edge in acceleration and top speed, especially when compared to its larger, more cumbersome contemporaries. The car could reach 60 miles per hour in the low 8s and easily cruise well above 100 miles per hour, a serious figure for a mid-50s American coupe. Thanks to its relatively light and sleek two-door hardtop body, the Adventurer delivered a power-to-weight ratio that made it a true performer on both street and strip. Beyond raw power, the 1956 DeSoto Adventurer featured an aggressive and stylish exterior that turned heads wherever it went. Its distinctive forward-leaning grille, prominent tail fins, and dual headlights gave it a futuristic and aerodynamic appearance that was emblematic of the jet age styling trend. Inside, it offered a luxurious cabin trimmed with high-quality materials, bucket seats, and sporty gauges, ensuring drivers felt both comfortable and connected to the car's performance capabilities. The Adventurer also benefited from upgraded suspension and braking components to handle its enhanced power, including heavy-duty shocks and larger drum brakes, improving both ride quality and stopping performance. While it was flashy and fast, it remained a practical and street-legal car, suitable for daily driving or spirited weekend outings. Though production numbers were limited, the 1956 DeSoto Adventurer left an indelible mark as one of Chrysler's premier muscle cars before the full muscle car era. Its combination of Hemi power, stylish design, and exclusivity make it a standout in the history of American performance cars from the 50s. Number 12. 1956 Studebaker Golden Hawk. The 1956 Studebaker Golden Hawk was a bold and aggressive statement from a small independent automaker determined to compete with the Detroit giants. Combining European-inspired styling with American muscle, the Golden Hawk blended sleek design and potent performance into a compact light package that turned heads and burned rubber. It featured a one-piece fiberglass rear window and a streamlined body that was both stylish and aerodynamic for its time. Under the hood, the Golden Hawk packed serious firepower. Early 1956 models used the mighty Packard-sourced 352 cubic-inch V8 engine, producing 275 horsepower, a remarkable figure given the car's relatively modest weight of around 3,000 pounds. Later in the year, Studebaker introduced a supercharged version of its own 289 cubic-inch V8, boosting performance further and edging the Golden Hawk toward true muscle car territory. This potent combination gave the Golden Hawk impressive acceleration, with 0 to 60 miles per hour times hovering in the mid-7-second range, very quick for a car of its class in 1956. The lightweight chassis, paired with a relatively short wheelbase, contributed to its nimble handling and sporty driving character, making it a favorite among enthusiasts who wanted muscle without the bulk. The Golden Hawk's design was bold and distinctive, featuring large front air scoops, pronounced tail fins, and dual exhaust outlets that hinted at the car's performance capabilities. Inside, the cabin was comfortable and well-appointed, with high-quality materials and an instrument panel designed to keep drivers connected to the car's performance. Though Studebaker was a small player compared to the Big Three, the 1956 Golden Hawk proved it could punch above its weight. Its blend of lightweight agility, big block power, and stylish design earned it a loyal following and a lasting legacy as one of the pioneering muscle cars of the 50s. The Golden Hawk was proof that raw power and smart engineering could come from unexpected places. Number 11. 1956 Plymouth Fury. The 1956 Plymouth Fury was a striking and formidable performance car that marked Plymouth's first serious step into the muscle car arena. Introduced as a high-performance submodel of the Belvedere line, the Fury was designed to offer a potent combination of style, power, and handling that appealed to enthusiasts seeking more than just a family cruiser. With its bold, angular design and aggressive stance, the Fury instantly stood out on the streets, signaling its performance pedigree. At the heart of the 1956 Fury was a robust 303 cubic-inch V8 engine, delivering a respectable 240 horsepower. This power plant was paired with a reinforced suspension and heavy-duty brakes, allowing the Fury to handle its muscle with greater confidence and control. In 1957, Plymouth increased the Fury's displacement to 318 cubic inches, boosting horsepower to 290 and further enhancing its muscle car credentials. Despite its substantial power, the Fury retained a relatively light body for its size, making its power-to-weight ratio impressive among mid-50s American cars. This allowed the Fury to accelerate quickly and hold its own against more expensive and larger competitors, appealing to buyers who wanted performance without the flash or cost of high-end muscle cars. Its top speed and quarter-mile times placed it squarely in the territory of street-legal brawlers, capable of thrilling acceleration and sustained high-speed runs. The Fury's interior balanced comfort with sportiness, offering supportive bucket seats and performance-oriented instrumentation without sacrificing everyday usability. Its exterior featured distinctive trim, a unique grille, and subtle yet purposeful styling cues that differentiated it from standard Plymouth models. The 1956 Plymouth Fury was more than just a pretty face. It was a serious contender in the burgeoning muscle car scene. Its blend of potent V8 power, lighter weight, and aggressive styling made it a favorite among drivers who wanted a street-legal machine with genuine punch. Today, the Fury stands as a testament to Plymouth's early contributions to American performance car history. Number 10. 1956 Dodge D500. The 1956 Dodge D500 was a fierce and formidable performance machine that established Dodge's reputation as a serious player in the muscle car world. Introduced as a high-performance option for the mid-size Dodge Coronet, the D500 combined raw power with race-proven engineering to deliver a street-legal brawler capable of dominating both the drag strip and the open road. At the heart of the D500 was Chrysler's potent 315 cubic inch Super Red Ram HEMI V8 engine, rated at 260 horsepower, which offered impressive torque and throttle response for the time. The D500 wasn't just about engine power. It also featured a heavy-duty suspension setup with upgraded shocks and springs, along with wider tires to improve grip and handling. These enhancements gave the D500 better cornering capabilities and stability at high speeds compared to the standard Coronet models. Its heavy-duty drum brakes were designed to bring the car safely to a stop after hard runs, making it a well-rounded package for enthusiasts who demanded both speed and control. Despite being a full-size car, the D500 managed to maintain a relatively light curb weight, which, combined with its HEMI V8, delivered an impressive power-to-weight ratio that allowed for blistering acceleration and a top speed well above the Century mark. This made the D500 a feared contender on drag strips across America, where it racked up numerous wins and set speed records. In fact, the D500 set a remarkable 306 mph record at the Bonavville Salt Flats in 1956, showcasing its raw speed and engineering excellence. Styling-wise, the D500 retained the clean, angular lines of the Coronet but sported unique badging, hood scoops, and optional racing stripes that hinted at its performance potential. Inside, the D500 featured upgraded gauges and seating to complement its sporty character. The 1956 Dodge D500 was a pioneering muscle car that combined legendary HEMI power with race-ready engineering. It played a crucial role in Dodge's performance legacy and helped define the muscle car era that would blossom in the years to come. Number 9. 1955 Chrysler C300. The 1955 Chrysler C300 was a revolutionary car that marked Chrysler's bold entrance into the high-performance muscle car scene. This model was the very first of the legendary Letter Series 300s, designed specifically to blend luxury with raw, unrelenting power. Under the hood, the C300 packed a massive 331 cubic inch HEMI V8 engine, equipped with dual 4-barrel carburetors, delivering a staggering 300 horsepower, an unprecedented figure for an American production car at the time. The C300 was a full-size two-door coupe, but it was surprisingly agile for its class, thanks to a thoughtfully engineered chassis and suspension setup that allowed it to handle its power without overwhelming body roll. Chrysler also equipped the car with heavy-duty drum brakes and reinforced frame components to ensure it could handle high speeds safely and reliably. Performance was nothing short of impressive. The C300 could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 7 seconds and reach top speeds approaching 130 miles per hour, making it the fastest American production car of 1955. Its power-to-weight ratio, combined with aerodynamic styling, helped it dominate NASCAR and stock car racing circuits, earning the nickname the Banker's Hot Rod because of its elegant yet ferocious nature. Styling for the C300 was a blend of sophistication and subtle aggression. The car featured a sleek, long hood, clean lines, and a restrained but commanding presence on the road. The interior offered luxurious appointments like plush upholstery, wood accents, and an instrument cluster designed to provide drivers with essential performance data. The 1955 Chrysler C300 didn't just impress on the street, it changed the game in American automotive culture. It was a rare blend of luxury, style, and race-bred performance that laid the groundwork for future muscle cars and set a high standard for power and prestige in the 50s. Today, the C300 remains a highly prized classic and a testament to Chrysler's engineering prowess. Number 8. 1955 Ford Thunderbird. The 1955 Ford Thunderbird was a game-changer in the American automotive landscape, introducing a unique blend of personal luxury and spirited performance that set it apart from typical cars of the era. Unlike traditional sports cars, the Thunderbird was designed as a two-seat personal luxury coupe, aimed at buyers who wanted style, comfort, and speed all in one package. Its sleek, low-slung body with classic tail fins and chrome accents quickly made it a standout on the streets and in showrooms alike. Powering the Thunderbird was a robust 212 cubic inch V8 engine, initially producing 170 horsepower. This engine was smooth and responsive, offering plenty of torque to make the car feel lively and agile on the road. However, by 1957, Ford introduced the legendary F-Code Supercharged 312 cubic inch V8, cranking out a formidable 300 horsepower. This supercharged engine transformed the Thunderbird into a true performance machine, capable of sprinting from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds, impressive numbers for the time. The 1955 Thunderbird combined this impressive power with a well-balanced chassis and independent front suspension, giving it excellent handling for a car its size. The lightweight design contributed to its agility, making it nimble enough for spirited driving without sacrificing ride comfort. Ford also offered a variety of transmission choices, including a 3-speed manual and a 2-speed automatic, catering to drivers who prioritized either engagement or ease of use. Inside, the Thunderbird was a showcase of luxury, with bucket seats, full instrumentation, and high-quality materials that elevated it above many other two-seaters of the day. It balanced performance with comfort, making it suitable for both daily driving and weekend cruising. The 1955 Ford Thunderbird set the stage for future personal luxury cars and muscle cars alike. Its combination of style, power, and refinement helped it earn a lasting legacy as one of America's most beloved classics, proving that muscle and luxury could coexist beautifully in the 50s. Number 7. 1954 Buick Century. The 1954 Buick Century earned its reputation as the banker's hot rod, a nickname that perfectly captured its blend of upscale refinement and formidable performance. Buick achieved this by marrying its largest and most powerful 322 cubic inch Fireball V8 engine, rated at 236 horsepower, with the lighter and sportier Buick Special body. This clever combination gave the Century an enviable power-to-weight ratio that allowed it to punch well above its class. Weighing less than many of its full-size competitors, the Century's relatively compact 122-inch wheelbase and lighter chassis made it a nimble and quick performer. This car was capable of cruising comfortably at 100 miles per hour and accelerating briskly, making it a favorite among drivers who wanted the power of a big V8 without the bulk of a heavy luxury car. It was both fast and refined, combining Buick's signature smoothness with genuine muscle car credentials before the term muscle car even existed. The 1954 Century's exterior styling was elegant yet understated, with clean lines, a distinctive waterfall grille, and subtle chrome trim that hinted at its performance capabilities without being ostentatious. Inside, the Century offered a comfortable and spacious cabin, featuring quality materials, well-padded seats, and a driver-oriented dashboard that balanced functionality with classic Buick style. Under the hood, Buick's Fireball V8 delivered strong low-end torque and smooth power delivery, making the Century not just fast in a straight line, but also comfortable for longer drives. The engine's overhead valve design was advanced for its time, providing better breathing and efficiency compared to flathead competitors. With its blend of speed, style, and sophistication, the 1954 Buick Century stood out as a unique performer in the mid-50s American car market. It laid important groundwork for the muscle cars that would dominate the next decade, and remains a highly regarded classic for enthusiasts who appreciate power wrapped in luxury. Number 6. 1953 Chevrolet Corvette, Cone. The 1953 Chevrolet Corvette marked a bold new chapter in American automotive history as the nation's first mass-produced sports car. Unveiled at the General Motors Motorama in 1952 and released the following year, the Corvette was a striking departure from the usual family sedans and cruisers that dominated the market. With its sleek fiberglass body and sporty roadster design, it was aimed squarely at drivers who craved European-style performance and styling but wanted an American-made alternative. At launch, the 1953 Corvette came equipped with a modest 235 cubic inch inline six-cylinder engine, producing just 150 horsepower. While respectable, this power plant was underwhelming for the Corvette's sporty image, and the car's performance reflected this early limitation. However, Chevrolet quickly recognized the need for more muscle and, by 1957 and 1958, the Corvette had evolved into a true powerhouse with the introduction of the small-block 283 cubic inch V8 engine. This engine, especially in the fuel-injected Fule form, could crank out up to 290 horsepower, transforming the Corvette into a legitimate high-performance contender. The Corvette's lightweight fiberglass body, combined with its powerful V8 and relatively low curb weight of just under 3,000 pounds, resulted in an exceptional power-to-weight ratio that made it quick off the line and nimble through corners. Its sport-tuned suspension and precise steering further enhanced its handling capabilities, helping to establish the Corvette as a true driver's car. Styling played a crucial role in the Corvette's appeal, with its curvaceous fenders, signature round taillights, and a low, aggressive stance that exuded confidence and flair. Inside, the cockpit was designed for performance-minded drivers, featuring bucket seats and a simple yet functional dashboard focused on the essentials. The 1953 Chevrolet Corvette set the foundation for what would become America's iconic sports car. It was a daring experiment that blossomed into a legend, inspiring decades of performance innovation and passionate fandom. Number 5. 1952 Cunningham C3. The 1952 Cunningham C3 was a rare and remarkable American Grand Tourer that blended European style with American muscle, making it a standout among performance cars of the early 50s. Designed primarily for homologation purposes to qualify for the prestigious Le Mans endurance race, the C3 was built in limited numbers by Briggs Cunningham, a racing enthusiast and team owner who sought to challenge European dominance on the track. The car was powered by a modified 331 cubic inch Chrysler Hemi V8 engine tuned to deliver an impressive 220 horsepower, a formidable output for the era. The Cunningham C3 featured elegant Italian coachwork crafted by Vignali, which gave the car a sleek aerodynamic silhouette that combined form and function. Its lightweight construction and aerodynamic design helped maximize speed and handling, essential attributes for endurance racing. The car's dimensions were compact for a Grand Tourer, contributing to a favorable power-to-weight ratio that allowed it to accelerate briskly and maintain high speeds on long straights. Performance-wise, the C3 could reach top speeds in excess of 120 miles per hour and had strong torque delivery, making it a powerful competitor on both road and track. Its suspension was tuned for balance and stability, providing drivers with confident handling during high-speed cornering and rough race conditions. Braking was also upgraded to cope with the car's power and weight, ensuring safety and control. Inside, the Cunningham C3 combined luxury and practicality, featuring comfortable leather seating and a well-organized dashboard that prioritized driver ergonomics and visibility. The cabin was tailored for long-distance comfort, essential for endurance races and grand touring drives alike. Though only a handful of Cunningham C3s were produced, their impact on American sports car history was significant. They represented a unique fusion of American engineering prowess and Italian design elegance, standing as a symbol of ambition and innovation in the 1950s. Today, the Cunningham C3 is celebrated as a rare classic that packed serious performance punch in a stylish and sophisticated package. Number 4. 1951 Munce Jet. The 1951 Munce Jet was a daring and innovative American sports car that defied conventions with its combination of power, style, and practicality. Created by Earl "Madman" Munce, a colorful entrepreneur known for his bold ventures, the Jet was a rare four-seater sports coupe that offered big engine performance in a relatively compact and lightweight package. Under the hood, the Jet packed either a Cadillac or Lincoln V8 engine, producing around 160 horsepower, which gave it blistering acceleration and a top speed exceeding 112 miles per hour. Impressive numbers for a car in 1951. The Jet's body was crafted from aluminum, which helped keep the weight down to roughly 3,000 pounds, allowing the powerful V8 to deliver an exciting power-to-weight ratio that made it feel more like a race car than a street cruiser. Its design featured a long, low profile with sleek lines and distinctive styling cues, such as a large grille and tail fins that captured the emerging jet age aesthetic of the early 50s. Inside, the Munce Jet offered spacious seating for 4 adults, a rarity among performance cars of the era, blending comfort and speed in one compelling package. Performance-wise, the Jet could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 9 seconds, a remarkable feat for its day. This made it one of the fastest American cars available to the public in 1951, earning it a reputation as a street-legal hot rod with genuine dragstrip credentials. The car's handling was respectable, aided by its relatively low center of gravity and balanced chassis, although it was heavier than some European sports cars due to its larger size and 4-seat layout. Despite its impressive performance and innovative features, the Munce Jet was produced in very limited numbers, only about 400 units, due to high production costs and the niche market for such a vehicle. Today, the Jet is revered as an early American muscle car pioneer that dared to combine luxury, power, and practicality in a unique, stylish package. Its legacy endures as a testament to Madman Munce's vision and the adventurous spirit of American car culture in the early 50s. Number 3. 1951 Nash Healey. The 1951 Nash Healey was a unique and captivating American sports car, born from a transatlantic collaboration between Nash Motors and British automotive legend Donald Healey. It embodied the spirit of European sports cars, but was powered by an American heart, a 4.1-liter inline 6-cylinder engine from Nash that produced around 140 horsepower. This combination created a lightweight, nimble roadster that was capable of thrilling performance, while still offering the reliability and durability associated with American engineering. The Nash Healey's design was sleek and purposeful, featuring a low-slung aluminum body styled by Healey and built in England, coupled with a spacious cockpit that offered room for 2 passengers. The car's relatively light weight and aerodynamic shape contributed to its agility and speed, making it well-suited for both spirited road driving and competitive motorsport. With a top speed exceeding 120 miles per hour, the Nash Healey could confidently take on European sports cars, challenging the established order. One of the most notable achievements of the 1951 Nash Healey was its performance at the 24 Hours of Le Mans endurance race in 1952, where it impressively finished 3rd overall. This endurance feat showcased the car's blend of speed, durability, and efficiency on one of the world's most demanding racing stages. The Nash Healey's racing pedigree lent it significant street credibility, making it a sought-after vehicle among enthusiasts who valued performance backed by proven motorsport success. Underneath its elegant exterior, the Nash Healey featured advanced engineering for its time, including a fully synchronized 4-speed manual transmission and independent front suspension, which enhanced its driving dynamics. Its braking system and chassis setup further contributed to confident handling, allowing drivers to exploit its performance capabilities safely. Though produced in limited numbers, The 1951 Nash Healey remains an important milestone in American sports car history. It was a pioneering effort that bridged continents and automotive cultures, proving that a collaboration between American power and European finesse could create a small, potent machine that packed a serious punch. Number 2. 1951 Chrysler Saratoga. The 1951 Chrysler Saratoga was a striking example of Chrysler's prowess in blending luxury with high-performance engineering during the early 50s. While the Saratoga was a full-size car, it distinguished itself as a lightweight and agile machine, especially in its two-door hardtop coupe configuration, which shed unnecessary weight to boost speed and handling. What truly set the 1951 Saratoga apart was its powerful 331 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine, delivering a robust 180 horsepower, a significant output for the era. This combination of a big block engine in a lighter Windsor chassis made the Saratoga a formidable performer on both the street and the racetrack. Its most famous moment came at the grueling 1951 Carrera Panamericana race, where a modified Saratoga finished third overall, averaging nearly 110 miles per hour across the treacherous Mexican terrain. This achievement cemented the Saratoga's reputation as a sleeper performance car, unassuming in appearance yet packing serious power and speed. Styling-wise, the Saratoga featured sleek, streamlined lines and restrained chrome accents, giving it an elegant yet sporty presence. The two-door coupe's relatively compact footprint compared to other full-size Chrysler models contributed to its nimble handling characteristics, making it well-suited for spirited driving. Inside, the Saratoga offered a well-appointed interior with comfortable seating and quality materials, balancing performance with luxury. Performance highlights of the 1951 Saratoga included strong torque delivery and quick acceleration, enabling it to keep pace with more exotic sports cars of the time. Its suspension was tuned to handle the extra power while maintaining a smooth ride, showcasing Chrysler's engineering balance between muscle and refinement. The 1951 Chrysler Saratoga stands as a testament to Chrysler's early mastery of combining big block V8 power with a relatively lightweight chassis, creating a car that packed a punch far beyond its class. Today, it is remembered as one of the street-legal brawlers of the 50s, a car that brought dragstrip credibility and endurance race success to the American road. Number 1. 1951 Hudson Hornet. The 1951 Hudson Hornet was an extraordinary blend of innovative design and high-performance engineering that set new standards in American automotive history. Unlike many full-size cars of its era, the Hornet featured a unique step-down design, which meant the body was mounted inside the frame rails, lowering the car's center of gravity and greatly enhancing handling and stability. This low-slung architecture gave the Hornet a distinct advantage on the racetrack and on winding roads alike, helping it to outmaneuver many of its heavier and bulkier competitors. At the heart of the 1951 Hornet was the legendary twin-H-Power straight-six engine, a high-compression inline six-cylinder power plant equipped with dual carburetors. By 1954, this engine produced an impressive 170 horsepower, which was remarkable for a six-cylinder of the time. The combination of the lightweight chassis and this high-torque engine delivered exceptional power-to-weight ratios, making the Hornet a dominant force in early 1950s NASCAR racing. The Hornet's racing success was unparalleled. It won numerous NASCAR Grand National Championships and was driven by some of the era's most famous racers, including Herb Thomas and Marshall Teague. Its street-legal performance translated directly to the track, proving that a smartly engineered six-cylinder could outperform many V8 rivals when combined with a lightweight and well-balanced chassis. Beyond performance, the 1951 Hudson Hornet featured a stylish yet practical design, with clean lines and a roomy interior that comfortably accommodated passengers. The car was praised for its ride quality, solid construction, and innovative features such as the center-mounted horn button and terraplane styling cues. In summary, the 1951 Hudson Hornet was not just another full-size car. It was a street-legal powerhouse that packed a serious punch in the early 1950s. Its groundbreaking step-down design and high-torque straight-six engine combined to create a performance legend that dominated NASCAR and earned a lasting place in American automotive lore.